Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's Lily here, and today I am going to be giving you 15 tips for Bloxburg beginners. I thought this would be a lot of fun because I do know that I have a younger audience who may not have Bloxburg, who's planning to get Bloxburg, who is still trying to figure out how Bloxburg works. So I really wanted to put this video out for you guys just to give you a gist of the basics behind my favorite game. So let's get into it. Alright, so we will start off tip number 1 in my room. And my first tip for you guys is to always keep a great or good, depending on how much you want to work, mood while working. So if you go down here to mood, as you can see, there's fun, hunger, energy, and hygiene. And when these bars are bright green and are at 100%, you make the most money. So I always start by sleeping in my bed and getting my energy all the way up to 100%, and then going to my bathtub. And I like this better with a bathtub because you can get in, and that way you're still making sure that your hygiene is going up, but you're making sure that your energy is not going down. I typically don't mess with my fun or hunger, but some ways that you can do that quickly are by watching TV, playing games, or playing with toys for fun, and for hunger, obviously eating, drinking, and eating as much as you can to get that mood up. Tip number 2 is probably the best tip I could give you in Bloxburg, and that is that pizza place is the best job. There are so many jobs in Bloxburg, and there's actually 2 at pizza place, but the best job that you can possibly have in Bloxburg is pizza delivery. So here I am at pizza delivery. You basically just go in, grab a pizza, and hop on the moped and follow the yellow arrow to wherever it's taking you to deliver the pizza. Basically, this job makes you the most money the fastest, and it's very, very easy and simple. A lot of people do find that this job can be kind of boring, but that brings us to tip number 3. And that tip is to watch a show, a movie, or a video while working. It makes the time go by so much faster, and I'm always finding myself binging my favorite TV shows while working because it also keeps me distracted and I can work for a lot longer. Tip number 4 is to never beg in Bloxburg. I can guarantee you right now that 99% of the people in your Bloxburg server are not going to donate, to help you work, to roleplay. A lot of people just like to be in their servers and build. I highly recommend not begging because it also wastes so much time when you can just go to work, get your job done, and build your dream mansion like you've been trying to do for the past hour while begging and only making $10. Tip number 5 is to always roleplay at your best, and that may be kind of confusing. As you can see, I'm at someone else's house, like it would be if I was roleplaying with someone. And the one thing that I can tell you is to always engage in the roleplay. You never want to be super inactive, telling people what I'm doing, and I also love to add a ton of commentary when I'm talking to the people in the roleplay. Another thing that I really appreciate people not doing is making roleplays super dramatic by running away, throwing up, getting sick, breaking a leg, drowning, or getting in huge fights with their siblings. Tip number 6, I believe, is actually one thing that new Bloxburg players struggle with the most, and that is these little E's that pop up around your builds. This is called the Interact tooltip, and basically they pop up on everything that you can interact with in the game. And a lot of role players have found an incredible way to turn this off. The only thing you have to do is go into your settings, click options, and then come down to the game options Down here it says show interact tooltip and toggle that to off. And then all you have to do is click E whenever you want to interact with something instead of having to actually click the button. So now I can walk up to the fridge, press the E on my keyboard, and I can interact with anything around me. And I can also just click on things as well, which is very helpful for roleplay channels and just not having such a cluttered screen in general. Another thing Bloxburg players struggle with a lot is finding the best game pass for them. As you can see, we have quite a few game passes in the game. We have Premium, Marvelous Mood, Multiple Floors, Large Plot, Basements, Transform Plus, Advanced Placing, and Excellent Employee. And although you don't need any of these game passes to have a good playing experience, I do recommend getting the game passes because they make the game that much better. Premium is probably the game pass that I would least recommend. I bought this game pass just so that I could pick my own plot, and that's pretty much about the only perk to it. The other perks you get are getting extra money when you log into the game and a few other things, but it's really not that huge. Marvelous Mood has been very, very helpful for me when I'm role-playing, but it doesn't actually do anything for working, which is what I thought it would do. It just hides your mood GUI. So basically when you're walking around and you have a bad mood, it pops up with like flies and green fog that comes out of you, and this basically just turns it off. I only use it for role-playing purposes, and I really don't think it's that necessary. One game pass that I've found very helpful is Multiple Floors. I've been able to build, obviously, taller houses, and that's been a lot of fun. But if you're planning on getting multiple floors, I would recommend getting Advanced Placing as well, because there's really not too much you can do in a Bloxburg plot without Advanced Placing. That way you can place things all over the house and make so many things more detailed and less newbie looking. Basements is an okay game pass. It basically just gives you the purpose of having a basement, and Large Plot just expands your plot. If you're planning on being an avid builder in the game, I really recommend Large Plot because it gives you, obviously, a larger plot to build on. The only other game pass is the Transform Plus, which is a very advanced game pass that you must know how to use, and I actually haven't purchased or played with it yet, so hopefully I'll get that soon. And the last game pass is the Excellent Employee game pass. This is the one game pass that I truly recommend for any new beginners. This helps you make money so much faster in any games, obviously, or in any job. Obviously, the pizza delivery job is the best, and it's helped me to make a lot more money for my builds. Alright, so these next few features are actually in build mode. My first building tip for those of you that are beginners to the game is to never build a box house. As you can see, this little box house has no dimension, and it's going to be very awkward to look at. It's going to be very plain and very simple. However, going into build mode, as you can see, my house has a lot of dimension. It has a lot of little off walls that go different places, and it gives so much more dimension to the build, which makes the build look so much more realistic and better in general. And as you can see, you cannot see my grid anymore, which leads us to the next tip, which is turning off the grid. I know a lot of builders don't like seeing the grid. It gets in their way. So the one way you can do that is by clicking H on your keyboard. That turns it on and off. Another thing that I truly recommend is to never delete anything unless you're planning on deleting your whole house or it's way too far back. So if I place this compact bush, I just spent $40. By deleting it, I get $22 back. However, if I press this undo button, which is up at the very top of this control bar, I get the $40 right back into my money balance, which saves me and a lot of other builders a lot of money. So I really, really recommend that you use the undo feature on the building thing. I also wanted to go through a few of the other building features. This is grid. It changes your grid size, which helps it be easier to place things. So this is large grid. As you can tell, if I'm placing something down, it kind of just hops around these little boxes here. This is medium grid, and obviously it hops around the little smaller boxes, and this is small grid. You can place it freely on anywhere in any of the plot, and it's very helpful. I specifically use small grid a lot to detailed place things, but I do sometimes use large grid. Then down here, this is changing your level. This will only work if you have multiple floors. Obviously, it brings your level up and down. And this is to toggle object collisions. This is actually what turns your advanced placement on and off. Obviously, this only works if you have advanced placement. This is what the object collisions will look like if you do not have advanced placement. And to turn on advanced placement, if you do have it, you just click it again and you'll see those little grids in there. This little thing helps to toggle the roof. As you can see, it puts the roof on and off. So if I'm on the bottom floor, it'll add all the rest of the floors. If I'm on the top floor, it'll add the roof. This here is the scale tool, and you do have to have advanced placement for this. But to give you an example, I can come over to trees or anything that can be scaled, click on it, and it turns green, and then I can use these little scale buttons to make it smaller or bigger. Down here is actually the transform feature, but I do believe that you can only use the transform feature on, yeah, you need the Transform Plus Game Pass, so I have to look a little bit more into that. Down here on the bottom 3 buttons, we also have Bulldoze Plot, which if you're planning on deleting your house, this is so much easier than going through deleting every single wall, etc. So you can just go in, click everything, and sell everything. And this also changes the time in build mode so that you can have a more realistic look at what things will look like depending on what time. This is the delete button. It deletes things on the plot. Anything that turns red, you're about to delete. This is a clone, so basically I can click the clone on the tree and it'll bring another clone to me, so I don't have to just go around and make the same tree 10,000 times. And this obviously colors walls. So there's a little bit more about some of the build mode features. The next tip I have for Bloxburg builders is actually how to change decals. I find that a lot of Bloxburg builders or new Bloxburg players don't know how to change Bloxburg decals, and it's actually quite simple. So all Bloxburg photos and pictures come with the regular picture, obviously, that it comes with. If you want to change that picture, though, you can click on the photo, click Change Picture, and you can either go to free images and search something up. For example, if I wanted something minimalistic, I could look up minimalistic and scroll through the options that it gives me, select the picture that I want, and it changes it. But if you want to insert your own custom images or insert an image that you found online, the easiest way to do so is to go to this little box that says Enter Image ID. All the decals that you will find online will have an image ID somewhere on the picture, on the video, on TikTok or YouTube. And so, for example, the one that I'm looking at right now has an ID that goes like this. So it's 711-010-7894. I'm going to type that into the little decal box and select Add. And there you have the new decal. So it's super simple and easy, and it's another really cool feature in Bloxburg. The last tip I have for you guys is actually how to change your outfits and add outfits in your Bloxburg outfit catalog. As you can see, when I click change outfit, I have all these different options to change my outfit to. I have a ton of outfits. But a lot of new players don't know how to do so. So I'm going to show you really quickly. You're going to go into customize character and click the first outfit. A lot of new beginners will only have one. Obviously, I have quite a few outfit slots, but we'll just go with this one. So a lot of people like to make their own custom outfits instead of going through this catalog. If you'd like to select items from this catalog, you can obviously do so. So I could go through and click this hair and use it, or go through and, let's see, use this shirt, for example, and these shorts. But you can also go through and select outfit codes and use them just as you would a decal. So, just like decals, every single video or picture that you find on Google or YouTube will have outfit codes. So I just found this basic one on YouTube, and I will start by showing you how to add accessories. There are 2 different slots, so if you're adding hair, accessories like necklaces, or little items like purses, headbands, etc., you're going to click this little hat and glasses icon at the top. You're going to click on this plus button, which says Add Custom Accessories, and enter the asset ID. So for example, the asset ID of the hair that I'm looking at right now is... I'm going to click continue, and it will load it onto my character. Now, if I want to add a headband, I'll do the same thing. Now, if I want to add clothing items, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to click this shirt at the top. Obviously, I'm going to remove the items that I have on right now, and I'm going to click the plus button and enter my asset IDs. And lastly, you just have to select, pay the amount of money, and then that outfit will be saved into your outfit slot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. It was so much fun to film, and I hope you're able to use these tips. I love you guys so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified every single time we post a new video. Make sure to check out my community post because I just announced my new posting schedule. I will now be posting 3 times a week at 2 p.m. PST on weekdays and 11 a.m. PST on weekends. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah. Bye!